And there was a man with a friend near him, saw me, and he said, "Hey, you! Get out of that water." I know what he was thinking. I was not a clean man. And the pool is so big, but that's where the water supply came for the city. So he said, "Get out, give me your hand, get out of that water." So he pulled me out. And I said, but I can see. And the man with him said, "Wait a minute. This is the blind beggar. He's the temple steps. He begs on the temple steps." And I said, "Yes." And then someone else came and said, "Well, no, it looks like him, but it's not him." And then some other came and said, "What's going on?" And pretty soon there was a small crowd. And I said, listen. I was there, and a man said, "Put clay." And I came and I washed, and I can see. And the man who helped me out of the water frowned. He said, "Jesus of Nazareth." And I said, do you know him? You must take me to him. We were at the temple. Please take. I don't know how to get back. I never saw. Please take me there. And the man said, "I will take you there." And he said to his friend, "Why don't you go on ahead and prepare for our coming?" And then the man who had helped me out of the water grabbed my arm forcefully and said, "I will take you. Come."
So the Pharisees said to the blind man again, "What do you say about him, since it is your eyes he has opened?" And he answered, "He's a prophet." Then the Jewish leaders did not believe it of him that he'd been blind and had received sight. So they called his parents and questioned them, saying, "Is this your son, who you say was born blind? How then does he now see?" His parents answered and said, "We know that this is our son, and we know that he was born blind. But how he now sees, we do not know. Or who opened his eyes, we do not know. Ask him. He is of age. He will speak for himself." They said this because they were afraid, for the Jewish leaders had already agreed that if anyone confessed Jesus to be the Christ, he was to be expelled from the synagogue.
You see, here are the steps to the temple, and you see the columns and the large doors. Well, that's the place the men of Levi come to prepare their service in the temple further back. The man brought me by force, and the doors opened, and it seemed that they were ready for me. They brought in my parents, and I was weeping because I had never seen them before. But then I realized I had often heard the voice of fear, but now I saw the face of fear. And then the Pharisees came with their cloaks and their robes and their fancy phylacteries, and they came, and I looked in their eyes and I realized I had heard the voice of hate, but now I was seeing the voice of hate. And as I saw what was going on and what they were trying to do, I said to myself, with God as my helper, maybe they have not seen the face of courage, but now they will see the face of courage. Finally, they brought me forth. And the one who was the leader of the Pharisees slammed down the scroll of the law on his podium and said, "Give God a praise. How did this happen to you?" And I said, "I have already told you. The man put clay and said, 'Wash,' and I was healed. Why do you want me to tell you again? Are you wanting to be his disciples also?" And the man said, "You are his disciple. We are Moses' disciples. We know from whence Moses came. As for that man, Jesus, we know not where he came from." And I said, "Well, this is a wonder. He has opened my eyes, and you do not know from whence he has come. Has it ever been heard of since the foundation of the world that a man's eyes were opened, yet he was born blind?" And the Pharisee tore his clothes and spat on the ground and said, "Hear, O Israel, I give you a proclamation. This man is cursed by God. This man shall not have the fellowship of Israel. He shall not buy, nor sell, nor be able to enjoy the good things of God's people. He is cast out of the synagogue." And the two men whom I met at the pool lifted me up, and by force, as the others cheered and spoke curses at me, brought me out to these very steps and threw me down.